Hello, howdy, how are you guys today? This is Mickey or Shrek back at it again with some more Cafe Rouge. Let's continue where we left off from last time. Hope y'all are doing great. Alright, so last time we were going to Damien's place, or Valentino's place. Oh my gosh. The doorbell rang loudly. Val opened the door. Mickey. I smiled. He smiled. Can I come in? He took my hand, dragging me inside. Oh my god, look at his head. Oh my god. We were vegging on the couch, watching TV comedy sketches on Sunday Night Live. Val suggested it to cheer me up. Soon the commercials came on. I punched Val's shoulder, still laughing hysterically. Do you feel better now? Yeah, oh my god. His face. Oh my god. He's such a great actor. And a good comedian, haha. Laughing, we turned to face each other. Our eyes met again. Soon the laughter died, but even as the commercials ended, we still didn't phase. His eyes looked as deep as the ocean, and his skin so peachy pale. It was beautiful. Those look purple. Those don't look blue, ma'am. We leaned our faces closer, lips inches away. Cock blocked by the phone. Hate to see it. Was that his phone? Sorry, let me get that. My head dropped, disappointed. I felt so awkward now, sitting there hearing him talking to his phone. Somehow, I felt unwanted. I began gathering my stuff. It was time to go. What? Mickey? He suddenly grabbed my arm. It's getting late. Thanks for letting me stay. But I need to go home. I shot him a serious look. He let go. I gathered up all my things, heading out the door. I had a nightmare last night. A very scary one. I couldn't remember what it was about, but it left my chest with a heavy ache. Homegirl seriously forgot about her choker. School ended. I knew where I needed to go, but I really didn't want to. Was it fear? Was it my cowardice? Well, I couldn't run forever. None of it made sense. Adeline and Errol were just two everyday employees, with the exception of being vampires working at the cafe. They had no enemies at the cafe, so why would the murderer kill them? Unless... Then it dawned on me. What if the murderer didn't mean to kill those two? What if the stalker followed me the night before was related to this? What if the murderer was trying to kill me instead? I needed to investigate. Let's go talk to Chris. I should probably talk to Antoine, but I like Chris. Chris is hot. I entered the empty room. No one was here and I was all alone. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary, except the smell of something very greasy. Mickey! Hey, sorry, was at the restroom. He walked over behind the bar. What can I do to help you? I was actually wondering, do you know anything about yesterday's accident? Chris paused in the middle of wiping a glass, perking up his brow. Suddenly he started laughing. Playing detective now, are we? Well, I'm just trying to help. Well, I'll tell you what I know. The last person Errol was seen with was Damien. They seemed to have a fight over some sporting bout at a football game. If you ask me, this isn't the first time Damien got upset over his gambling antics. As for Adeline, well, I'm not too sure what happened with her. Alda must have had another oven malfunction. Her death might have been the real accident. Alright then. Of course, Damien seems like a suspect, like a likely suspect. He never really liked me, so what if he tried to? I should go ask other people. I haven't talked to everybody yet. I'll talk to Damien next, the man of the hour. I walked up on the stage, hesitant. Damien's back was facing me, and there was a strange stain on his vest. Wait, was that blood? Noticing my presence, he turned around. Hello. I only have one question. What were you doing? Where were you during yesterday's kitchen accident? He stared at me appalled. You think I did it? Who else would? You obviously don't like me. True, I don't like you. But why in the world would you? He stopped. Then he suddenly started laughing. Oh, so you think I was trying to kill you? Do you know how self-centered you sound right now? Just answer my question. If anybody should be asking Aldo that question, you should be asking Aldo that question. Aldo was in the kitchen, his kitchen, when it happened. Damien shot me a glare before he turned, tailed, and left. It's a strange phrase, turned, tailed, and left. Let's talk to Diane. I like Diane. Diane was cool. Hi, Diane. Hello, dear. Her face was grim and gloomy. She's probably still mourning. Diane, where were the other people during this accident? You were with me, but do you have any idea? I'm not sure. Aldo acted strangely. He was always in the kitchen, yet yesterday he was gone. Errol was at Antoine's office, and since the kitchen's connected to the cafe, well, it's just so terrible. Those two were barely a century old. They had so much ahead of them. Those young vampires. Yeah. Okay. Let's look for other people. We are going to talk to Candace and then Aldo. I don't really think the order matters. I opened the cafe door. The little blonde is outside wiping the tables. Of course it'd be awkward, but I just had to ask. Meekly I stepped toward her. Is there something you need? I was just wondering, on yesterday's accident, did you notice anything strange? And where was she the whole time? No, not particularly. Well, everybody was doing the usual. I was at the lobby counting the cash. They probably didn't see me when I ducked down behind the glass, but after Aldo left the kitchen and out he went. He didn't come back for a few hours, and then Errol went to the kitchen a second time, probably to talk to the boss. But then Aldo came back in, and he was holding some sort of bundle, like a small blanket bundle. But what about Damien? She perked up her brows at my question. Damien is innocent. I'm almost positive he's not involved in any of this. I didn't see him all day, but I didn't see Diane or Chris either. But how can you be sure? Well, I'm not. I just know. Candace turned back towards me, not saying any more. I should go ask some other people. And the last person we have is my boy Aldo himself. Where were you at, Chef Aldo? I entered the kitchen. Aldo's where he usually was, and the bloody team from yesterday gone. Clean up, spotless. L'Odem, Miss Mickey. Hello, Aldo. The silence was really awkward. Everybody thinks it's my fault, that I'm, Aldo, a murderer. Looking at his face, I could see no trace of ill intent of any kind. You didn't kill anybody, Aldo. What? I don't see what you could have gained. You're just an honest chef, passionate about his passion. Cuisine. Returned to his old self, Aldo grinned, ruffling my hair. He patted my shoulder like a heavy burden was lifted from him. Still, I couldn't help but feel like he was hiding something. Let's just forget about it. We must make cuisine today. Cannoli for tonight. Cannoli? Yes. Now quick before the cream goes bad. We must bake. I guess. Aldo, should I turn on the oven to bake these cannoli? Aldo? I walked over to Aldo's side of the kitchen. There's a note that read BRB bathroom break on the silver counter. Aldo needs a break. He works non-stop cooking all the food for the customers. Huh? I heard the door close. Did Aldo come back? Walking over to the source of the sound, I saw a little box placed in the kitchen corners. There's a ribbon around it and tagged with initials ALR. Oh my god, not Amberlyn Reed. I untied the ribbon and lifted open the lid. My heart pendant. So I lost it when I was at the cafe. Who could have found it, though? I was so sure I was wearing it the night I came home after the stalker followed me late at night in the streets. I thought I had tucked it away in the nightstand in my bedroom, or was I just imagining it? Well, at least I have it back now. Sorry, that was my bad. Are we sure we want it back? Before I knew it, work ended. The jazz night was postponed to the next week. Nothing other than that usual happened. I was just about to leave for home when a familiar figure turned around the corner. Val, hey. He smiled, taking my hand. You want to stay over for a bit before you go back home? That sounds great. I closed my bedroom door behind us. It'd be nice to hang out with Valen again. We rarely do nowadays. You gotta help me with this calculus crap. I swear I'm gonna fail again. Spreading ourselves out on the floor, I tutored Valen for the next hour or two. Ah, my gosh, I gotta stop doing that. So, you understand now? Yeah. Thanks, Mickey. By now, we were both plopped on my bed. Homework was finished, and we had nothing to do other than to chat. I'm thirsty. Oh, I'll go get water. No, stay, please. He tugged on my sleeve. I blinked, not sure what he was talking about. Val? His eyes lowered. Val leaned down, moving himself closer to me. I gasped and arched my back as he licked my neck. Val, what are you? Trust me. Could he not hear the pulse increasing in my veins? My neck burned. His nose nuzzled against my skin and his breath came in slowly. Exhaling on the base of my neck, Valen lowered my body down onto the bed. Oh my god. Nice. Don't move. How could I? My body shivered. I couldn't concentrate on anything except for the hot breath on my skin and the fingers brushing against my neck, trapping me underneath him. How could I have given in so easily? You smell so sweet. I don't know why I sounded like that. I'm sorry. Ah! I'm so sorry. His lips murmured into my ear. Not able to form any articulate syllable, I could only watch as he pressed his nose to my skin, taking in my scent. At last he opened his jaw. I could see the glint of his fangs from the moonlight. Mickey. I flinched at the sudden pain. He pierced my flesh, sinking his two sharp fangs into me. I could feel something spread into my neck, calming my adrenaline and replacing it with a feeling of high ecstasy. Moaning, I wanted more. Val, more. At my words, Valen grabbed my hand. He indulged himself, lifting up my neck with his other hand. I could feel the tip of his tongue as it brushed lightly against my skin. It felt so wonderful. The familiar stench of rusting salt reached my nostrils, but that was diminished by my sweet feeling of bliss beneath my skin. Val. I was losing energy from the blood loss, not that I cared at the moment. Suddenly I felt my consciousness leave me as I was enveloped in black euphoria. Mickey, oh god damn it, I'm so sorry, please wake up, please. Everything looked so blurry, so dark. Eventually the color came back into my vision, so did the light. Oh thank god, you worried me sick, Mickey. I was lying on the bed, drained. Literally. Nice. What happened? I drank too much. I'm so sorry. There's a funny taste in my mouth, a familiar taste of medicine. Did you give me... Yeah, I gave you some of your pills. Yeah, that's right. The prescription medicine. The medication, prescription medicine. The prescription medicine I ate whenever I had anemic attacks of hypoglycemia. Wait, Valen, yeah? Where did you get these pills? His face froze. The only place to get these pills were either at the hospital or at the nurse's office. Only the doctors and the nurse had them. How did you get these pills? Val gulped. He looked away, avoiding my gaze. I should go home. Scrambling on the bedroom floor, he grabbed his homework and backpack. Without giving me enough time to say goodbye, he left through my door. Oh, he's like, I know something you don't. And my protagonist is like, bitch, tell me. I sat on my bed reminiscing. I had so many questions in my head that were unanswered. It left me frustrated and miserable. Mickey. There was a knock on my door. It was Dad. Yeah? Come to the living room. We'd like to speak with you. Oh, and now they're going to kick her out. Mom and Dad sat on the living room couch, their faces stoic and cold. You'll no longer... I called it! Let's go! You will no longer be living here. What? What do you mean? We don't know what changed ever since our daughter's accident, but we know you are not who you say you are. We're sending you back to that woman. What were they talking about? I didn't understand. It's not worth the money anymore, and my wife and I want our lives back. And our real daughter back. What are you talking about? We know you're not her. Our daughter is normal, and you're not. That's why we're sending you back. You're not us, and frankly, we've had enough of playing your parents. Mom, Dad, you can't be serious, are you? What am I talking about? What do you mean I'm not like you? What am I? Mom and Dad exchanged glances. Sighing, Dad responded, we don't know. Silence filled the gravity of the room with the situation. Were they really doing this to me? I couldn't understand. And you couldn't find it in your heart to love me as your own child? Despite being born different. The guilt was painted clearly on their face, but it was overshadowed by something. By fear. They weren't sorry for me. They were sorry for themselves. In a few days, you'll be moving out. That woman will take you back into her care. What woman? You'll know soon enough. I looked down, trying to take it all in, but failing. May I be excused to go to my room? Yeah, we're finished saying what we have to say. Start packing soon. They're just like, get out of our house, bitch. Find another place to stay. Oh, I locked the door behind me. Alone, I ran to my bed and cried silent tears. Please let this be a nightmare. But no matter how much I wished, I couldn't wake up from the horrible reality. As fatigue finally took over me, I cried myself to sleep. Welcome to Café Rouge. How may I help you? It was another usual day at the cafe. A week had passed since the horrible accident in the kitchen. We held a memorial for both Adelaide and Errol, but since none of us knew them personally, we carried on with our cafe like normal, pushing that horrible memory into the back of our minds. The brilliant sunshine beat down on the tables with a scintillating shine as the cafe sign swung in the lingering breeze. People came to and fro, passed by the red scarlet door much more than usual today. Of course, it was to be expected. Tonight was going to be a special night. Ever since the horrible accident, the jazz night has been postponed until further notice. It didn't take too much persuasion convincing the band to come back despite the reluctance. Cafe Rouge did have a great reputation with the Boston locals. The whole restaurant would be packed full every evening when we had any kind of event. After all, what place had a stage as grand as Cafe Rouge? And yet, in spite of all the recent events, I'm surprised that I still came back. One way or another, I was drawn to this place, whether by its beauty, its liveliness, or its sheer feeling of nostalgia. I can't describe it. I should be getting back inside soon. Carrying my tray full of empty glasses, I walked back towards the skylight door. Whatever was going to happen was going to happen. But tonight, I was going to forget myself in the luscious music of sweet jazz. Hell yeah. Here's some more glasses, Aldo. Thanks, Mickey. Heading out towards the door, Aldo suddenly grabbed my hand. Wait. I think I'll be needing some help. We're low on muffins. Take a break from taking orders and help me in the kitchen, please. Oh, sure then. Obrigado. I apologize if I'm offending anyone with my horrible pronunciation. These muffins smell absolutely delicious. The dining hall's crowded tonight. Standing in the dark. Ooh.
Has my head in a mess, so please don't make me guess. Confess.
Wow, this is a great song. I stood concealed from the assembly of the vampires sitting amongst the round tables. Even though I was pretty far back, I was thankful the music was loud enough to echo throughout the dining hall to reach my ears. To miss a night like this would be absurd. I'm playing hooky during your shift, kiddo. I whipped my head around, startled. Oh, Chris, jeez, it scared me there. Don't worry, your secret's safe with me. Are you... Yes, playing hooky to watch a performance too. I'm so tired of serving beer to my regular drunks. Honestly, people don't have class these days. The small talk soon died off as we both turned our attention to the stage. We clapped our hands, applauding as the band started another number. By then my mind was completely sucked in by the energy of the classy tune. It was really surprising when I felt the tap on my shoulder. Mickey... He grabbed my hand suddenly, pulling me towards him. Chris, what are you... We've been coworkers for a while now, haven't we? I think it's been like a week, if that. Maybe like a few... Maybe like, I don't know. 2 weeks, maybe. I know this will be sudden, but talking with you and working with you, I've come to like you quite a lot. What do you mean? Is by any chance you feel the same way? Will you go out with me? My mouth gaped open in complete shock. I had no idea Chris thought of me this way. He continued to smile at me, clutching my hand, so I couldn't turn away. All I could do stand there speechless as blood rushed to my head, flushing my face crimson red. Well, I looked away, avoiding his eyes. Literally, I was speechless. What could I say to him? My eyes darted back and forth, trying to distract myself with the glow of the ceiling lights. This is all so sudden. He laughed. Don't you like me, Vicky? We've been good friends, haven't we? I do like you, but... My thoughts wandered off. Valens' face came to mind as I continued to look down, contemplating a way to put Chris down easy. I'm sorry. It's just there's someone else I like, and just thinking about Valen made my heart race, but what if he rejects me like I'm rejecting Chris now? The thought of it made my guts turn. Oh, I think I'm realizing it now. There's someone else, right? I blushed bright pink, nodding my head. Is it that Michael's boy? Immediately I looked up. How do you... Mickey! We turned our head around. Diana was walking towards us. Aldo needs you back in the kitchen. Mickey, he asked me to come look for you. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I was really thankful Diane came and interrupted us. This would at least give me some time to come up with a nice enough way to say no to Chris. Following her, I walked out of the dining room. Damn. The glaring sun greeted me. I could barely feel my fingers stretching my arms in the usual morning ritual. Something was off. Yes, the air felt humid and weird, yet weird, humid, yet dry. Did I have a fever? My hand reached to my forehead, waiting with bated breath. No, my temperature felt normal. Weird. Whatever, I should head to school. The weather felt so dry today, unusually so. Ignoring the uncomfortable atmosphere, I watched my classmates coming to and fro into the classroom. Everybody stand for the pledge. With as much leverage as I can, I rose from my seat. Reciting the same words I repeated every morning, my gaze wandered down to the desk, not caring to look at the flag. Ow! I turned to stone. Automatically, my eyes darted to the source. A classmate stood in the far corner with a small paper cut on her index finger. The drop was tiny, dripping millimeter by millimeter down her skin. I wanted to puke. Miss Black. Hey, Mickey, are you okay? Eyes rolling up, my body gave in. The black flooded into my vision, and lights went out of my mind. Honestly, I feel like at this point it would just be easier to, homeschool her. The light in the nurse's office blinded me. Blinking several times, I lifted off the bed covers. The nurse was right next to me, checking for my glucose level with one of those diabetes thingies. Oh my gosh, it was so much worse today. I felt so sick. That's nice, dear. Let's have you eat your medication now. With her nimble fingers, she dropped two small pills into my palms. Leaving me with a cup of water in one hand, she left to care for the others. Ugh, I didn't want to eat them, but if I didn't, I'd probably still have this horrible headache. I slipped the pills on the table, pulling the covers back over my head. Everything still felt very groggy despite everything I tried. Closing my eyes, I tried to fall asleep. Mickey. I recognized that voice. Pulling my cover off, I lifted myself up on the bed. Val, what are you doing here? Sitting down beside me, he took my hand in his. Are you okay? Yeah, I just fainted again. Some idiot cut her finger. It was such a tiny drop of blood, but it made me so nauseous. My head still felt weird, but with Val in here, everything felt better. He was my medicine, which reminded me. By the way, Val, where did you get my pills? Did you, steal some from the nurse's office? That was the most likely explanation. Well, the door opened. It was the nurse. Let's hide him under the bed. Yanking his sports jacket, I pulled him to the ground. With enough common sense, he rolled underneath just as the nurse opened the door. Did you eat your meds yet, dear? Well, I need some more water. The old lady narrowed her eyes, eyeing the onion pills on the side desk. I need to go to the teacher's lounge for a bit, dear, so eat your meds and rest for a while. Okay. Door closing, we were still for another 5 minutes. Can I come out now? Yeah. Slowly he crawled out. I finally smiled, watching as Val took his place sitting beside my bed again. With nothing else to do, I reached for my pills. I should eat them now. Wait. He slapped my hand away as I reached out. Val, what are you doing? The next thing he did was really surprising. Lifting his hand, he bit himself hard. Valerian, what the hell are you? Leaning toward me, he cut my face with one hand. Oh my god, the kiss! Oh my god, Val, please! His face leaned in slowly until he finally pressed his lips against mine. He's kissing me. I was surprised at first, but then as our kiss prolonged, I gave in. I couldn't concentrate on anything except for the melting sensation I felt. His tongue traced along the lines of my lips, and I obliged, opening them. There was a funny taste in my mouth as I did so. I ignored it at first, but then realized what the putrid taste was. Ugh. I gasped, breaking out the kiss. Coughing, I spat out the blood, coughing uncontrollably. What are you? Are you crazy? What are you thinking? Val's face was stricken with disappointment. He looked incredibly sad, like his hopes had been dashed. I softened, watching as tears suddenly leaked out of his eyes. Val, he didn't answer, lowering his head into my lap, crying. I petted his hair, trying to comfort him. Do you ever think about the future? What? Val wiped away the tears, lifting up his face to look at me. Let's run away. Let's run away together after we graduate high school and go to Las Vegas. Val, do you hear yourself right now? You sound like a crazy person. We're just kids. How are we supposed to go to Vegas? What was he thinking, and why was he saying all this? The obvious answer eluded me, despite the kiss. I don't want to go through the stupid dating process, asking you to go out with me. He grabbed my hands, pulling me into an embrace. I want to marry you. I want to make love to me. Oh my god, Val, please. We're only 16. Calm down. And I want to sit on that porch someday with our kids, and while holding our hands, watching the sunset. I love you, Mickey. Do you know that? I could hardly believe what I was hearing. Valens continued to hold on to me, his hand stroking my hair. Vampires can watch sunsets. He laughed. Oh, then I'm a different vampire. I don't need my mom. We can do everything ourselves. You can get a job and I can be a football star athlete and go to the Super Bowl. We'll be rich. I mean, yeah, like totally. That's what happened. You just become a football star overnight. Yeah, totally, totally. I mean, don't you feel the same way, Mickey? I love you. I love you too, Val. But in the back of my mind, reality hit me. What was he doing? Giving me a promise that he knew he couldn't keep. He sounded so crazy. But what has this got to do with your mom? The shock of the bell broke our moment together. Emotions finally settling down, Val let go slowly. Reaching out my hand towards him, I wiped the excess tears off his face. He was such a boy. What does that even mean, he was such a boy? Val, whatever happens, Val, we'll get through it together, okay? Yeah, okay. My head still felt a little dizzy. Anyway, time to head to another day of work. Off to work we go. Gonna do the kitchen stuff. Looks like I'm here. Time to put on my uniform and head to the kitchen. I couldn't let my emotions control over what I had to do. My job. Not only my job, though, but another thing. There's an investigation that still needed to be done. Afternoon, Aldo. Loud DN, Miss Mickey. What shall we do today? Aldo paused, looking over pots and pans. He's clearly looking for something. I don't think I'll be needing help, but please, tidy up the kitchen if you can. With that said, he leapt through the kitchen doors. I guess I have some free time to myself. Time to investigate. Investigate the oven. There were a lot of ovens in the kitchen. Let me remember. Which one was the oven that exploded? I mean, wouldn't it be like all black and like shattered? Walking over to the oven in the far corner, I noticed something peculiar. There's a funny smell, like benzene. It stunk horribly, and it was coming from the ground on the floor. Huh? Cautiously, I opened the oven door. Nothing seemed to be out of the ordinary. Was it really the one that exploded? I jumped. A flicker of flame shot out of my face. I screamed, anticipating the burning pain. Strangely enough, nothing hurt. Waiting another minute, I touched my cheeks, my hair, my skin again. No, nothing. What the? I opened the oven door another crack. Flame shot again, but this time I reached out with my own hand above the fire. Nope, it wasn't burning at all. The heck? Oh, wait a minute. I see now. The flames are harmless. They don't have much gasoline to ignite the fires to a dangerous level, like those Bunsen burners in my chemistry class. Which now added a new question. How did Adeline get burnt so badly? It's impossible that she could have just died just by the flames. This malfunctioning oven couldn't have set off an explosion all by itself. Unless the killer added a catalyst of some kind. But what? Looking around, all I could spot or smell similar to gasoline was a small trace of it. I headed out of the kitchen door. That was all I could find for now, and I shouldn't be alone by myself. Who knows what I would do if the murderer found me? I mean, they would murder you, you know. Where should I go? Let's go visit Chris's bar, because he's been acting kind of sus. I like Chris, don't get me wrong, Chris is my homie, but he's acting kind of sus. Chris, he's not here again. Jeez, he's really absent a lot. How many bathroom breaks does he have to take? Pacing, I marched along the aisle of the bar counter. Everything seemed like the usual, nothing different. I plopped myself down on the couch. Snoop around. Chris wouldn't mind, would he? After all, taking a peek won't hurt. It's not like I'm going to steal free beer or something. I looked over my shoulders around the room. Nope, no one. Tiptoeing cautiously, I sneaked in from the side. The smell of alcohol was in the air, just expected of a bar. Bending down into the bar counter, I was curious to examine what was below. Ah! A spider crawled out. Jumping, I hit the back shelves, knocking over 3 glasses. Watch it! Chris grabbed my arm, pulling me out just before the bottle of wine smashed. The purple liquid oozed out of the broken shards of glass. I stared wide-eyed, shocked. Thanks, Chris. No problem, kiddo. Smiling, he lifted me up from the ground. So what brings you here, Mickey? Come to steal a few drinks? You know you can't drink, it's under 21. Until you're 21. Until you're 21. The grammatical errors. That's fine. It's fine. Hot guys. Hot guys. Think of the hot people. Grinning, he patted my back. I couldn't help but smile. No, Then I remembered. My face grew tomato red again, thinking about his confession. What am I supposed to say now? I was hoping I could help. Help. I was barely helping as it is. I broke one of his bottles. Chris won't get mad at me, though. Would he? You can help me now. You can help me though now, but I'll help you clean up, okay? I nodded clumsily. Bending down, I looked for a dustpan to sweep the shards into. Chris walked off looking for paper towels. While I was picking at the shards, my eyes wandered to the bottom shelves. There were bottles of glass cleaners, cups of wood polish, and a huge jug of bleach. Chris shared a lot of stuff. Chris, could you get a... Chris? Was he not back yet? Chris? I could hear some commotion in the dining hall. Leaving the broken glass in the dustpan, I got up heading out to the bar. Oh no, is Chris dead? The place was a ruckus. Something small darted under the tables too fast for me to see. Aldo, as well as everyone, was everywhere, either dodging the small thing or chasing it. It's okay, don't run now. Suddenly it dashed out right between my legs. I yelped and tripped, falling to the ground with a thud. At first I thought it was a rat, but it was way too big for one, and too small for a cat. Ah, Miss Mickey, can you help us catch that thing? What? I screamed, something touching my behind. Immediately, I scrambled up and jumped onto a table. Yeek! Don't run so much, Aldo. You'll only encourage it. Scusera. Freaked out of my mind, I panicked again when the thing raced down right under us. Aldo followed and dove beneath. Oink oink. Hey, none of our parts poco grasso. He wrapped the creature in a big bundle of cloth. I was too concealed for all of us to see. What is that thing? Did it just snort? Oh my goodness. You have a pig. He's a little piggy. Oh, so cute. Oh my gosh. He was in a tiny cover revealing the pink thing. Its eyes were barely open now, tired from the chase. Diana and I squirmed around Aldo, trying to take a closer look at the teacup pig. Ah, such an adorable... Oh, look at it. The eyes are even more irresistible than puppy dog eyes. Where did you even get this? Damien interrupted, grabbing Aldo's shoulder. Aldo, didn't Antoine talk to you yesterday? You can't bring animals into the cafe. This is the third time you snuck your pig in. I'm sorry. The chef lowered his head in shame. Still, I wasn't going to let my curiosity go unanswered. But Aldo, where in the world did you get this little guy anyway? I was visiting farmers markets all over town last week. I was only looking for some veggies, but then I saw a pen full of small piglets, teacup piglets. They were too small to be given to pork manufacturers, especially this one, and if I didn't buy it, the farmer would have put him down. Laughing a little humorously, Aldo leaned down to tickle his pet. We smiled, watching that piglet squirm in delight. Then I realized something. Was a teacup piglet why you were gone from the cafe for so long? Aldo nodded. My landlord doesn't allow animals, so I brought him here. Temporarily. But he's not allowed here too, so I don't know what to do. So that means Aldo's completely ruled out as a suspect then. What's his name? Oh, I actually haven't named it yet. We'll name it later. Come on, everybody. Back to work. Your pig's caused enough trouble as it is. We have to set up all the tables again, and the night hours start in less than 2 hours. Clapping his hands, we all shut our mouths, scrambling ourselves to get back to work. Aldo bowed again in deep apology as Damien gave a private scolding in the kitchen. We're absolutely spinning with the little thing, but it looks like we'll never see it again. At least the investigation ended on a good note today. And that, I think, is where we are going to end for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked what you see, please like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, Instagram, Twitter. I love all of you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!